Hi everyone, welcome back to UiPath tutorials. So in the last video we saw how we can connect our automation anywhere community edition to a local machine. And today's video we will going to implement one of the use case where we will going to log in into the Acme system. You can navigate to this particular URL acmetestUiPath.com, and then you have to enter the email ID and the password. If you don't have email ID and the password, you can click on the register to generate new email ID and the password. So I'll enter my email ID and the password here. Once you logged in, you have to click on the work items. In the work item, I have to extract all the items, and then I have to filter out those items which have a type WI5 and the status open, and put it into the new Excel. So we will going to implement this particular task in Automation Anywhere and the Studio. Parallelly, we will see what is the difference between Automation Anywhere activities and UiPath Studio activities. Now let me log into the Automation Anywhere first. So once it logged in, you will see a automation tab here. Click on it. Now as we are going to implement a process, Acme process, so I'll going to create a new folder ACME. Okay, so let me click cancel again. So this is the bot folder. When you expand it, it has two subfolders. Now to create a new folder, I'm going to create a subfolder here, and then I will going to give a folder name as a ACME process. Just ACME. Let me give only ACME for now, and then click on the create folder. Now all the task I will put it here. I'll come to that. So first, for now, initially I have created one folder here with the name ACME. Similar way, I have created one process or a project with the name ACME. So this is, you know it, if you are a UiPath developer, you already know how to create it. But let me tell you again, if you are a fresher, so just open UiPath Studio, click on the processes, and then give a name here. So I have given here ACME, and then click on the create button. Once that is done, it will be opened like this. So initially this is our studio, and here this we are having a automation anywhere. Now here, just like a XAML files we are creating here, so for us this is a main file, right, where the bot runs and it have all the activities here. So we start drag drop here everything. But before that, what I'll do, I'll create a new XAML file with the name uh, open, or we can do it login ACME. I have created one XAML file with the name login ACME. For now, let's forget about main. So this is the new file I have created. Similar way, I am going to create here a new XAML file. Now here we will not call it XAML file. Here is a taskbot basically. I am going to create in a create taskbot. So once you clicked on this, you have to enter a name here. So name, I am going to put a same name here, which is login ACME, login Acme. The description you can give here. The folder path is, it will go to the bots and then Acme. Then click on the create and add it. So now in the Acme folder, we have one file or one task bot, you can say. Now this is the place from where we have to start putting our activities here. Now in the studio, if you go to the activities here we have all the activities in the activities panel. Okay, so just like if I want to open a browser, I'll write down open. Before that, just click on this and use a classic. So I'm going to use a classic activity for now here. Then I'll write open browser. So you see this one, I'm going to drag drop this here, and I have to pass on some variable here. So for now, our Acme URL, let me log out from here. So our Acme URL is this one. Let's put it here in the double quotes. Now, after that, in the properties, also I'm going to choose a Chrome here. I'm going to open this particular URL in Chrome. Now go to automation anywhere. So in the studio, as I told you, these are the activities in the activities panel, which is helpful to automate, or which is helpful to implement in tasks. But in automation anywhere, you see actions, they call it actions. This is here the action panel, but in the studio it's activity panel. Now in the actions, if I write down open, so we'll see a browser is coming here. I'm going to drag drop here. Similar way, same functionality, and then I have to select a browser here also, because there I have selected Chrome. I'm going to select a Chrome here also. Now which link to open? I want to open this link, so I'll give it here. Okay, but here we don't need to give a double quotes in automation anywhere. So this is what one difference is. Here we are giving in double quotes as a string, but here we are not giving anything in a double quotes. Okay, so far I think this is pretty simple in both the cases. Now what I'll do, I'll close this tab, and then let me save it from here. So we can save the particular changes from here, and in the studio we can change this, means we can save the changes from here by clicking here. So now it is saved. One asterisk is gone now, that means it is saved. To run this particular task, I have to click on the run. We'll see each and every options, one means slowly the way we start implementing it. It is just downloading a dependencies, and now it open this site, and it's done now. So once it is completed, you will find this message, your bot has run successfully. Close it. Now for now for now you understand how we can use activity here to open a browser, and how we can run the bot, how we can pass a hard coded value. This one is clear. Now here the timeout, you see it's 240 seconds. Timeout is by default is 240 seconds. Mostly here in all the activities here in the studio, mostly we have 30 seconds of timeout. Okay, so this is one difference. Here is 30-second timeout, and here is 240-second timeout. Now we have run the bot from there. Let's run it from studio also. To run it from the studio, I have to click on this one. So I have clicked here debug file. So we have a multiple options here in the studio. If you want to run a file, if you want to debug a file, so this is also open. Means in both the platform, it is opening the particular URL. Now here you can either click here debug file, or from here also you can run file. The difference is here it will run in a debug mode, but here actually in a run mode. When you click on the run file, it will do the same thing. It will open. See, Acme, it is open now. Let me close all the new windows. Okay, so this is basically installed on the machine. On a desktop, you can say it's a desktop application, you can say, or and this is totally on a cloud. Now as we have opened this one, I want that at least this value should be passed from some variable. So what I'll do, I'll create a variable. To create a variable, we have this option here, variables. So just click on the show button, click plus here, and then create a variable here. So this is the one way to create it. Then you have to write down here the name like URL, and then click on the create. It will be created. Another way is, you see here this insert value, you click on this, okay, and then you can choose a variable from here also. Now if the variable is created, you can choose it from here. So let me first create a variable, then we can choose it from there. I will write down URL. I'll just write me acme URL, and then I'll create it. So before that, you see the type is string by default. We can select number, date, time, boolean, file. A lot of types is here. You can see. You can scroll down to see form, session, records. Okay. Now I will select a string here. Then just click on the create button. So before clicking here, I need to pass some default value because this acme URL should contain some value, right? So I'll pass down here a default value. Again, I don't need these double quotes, as we don't put double quotes here as a string. We put directly the string value and then click on the create button. Now you see a variable is created to the left side here. This variable is created. Now this variable is created, then I have to pass it here. So I'll click here and select ACME URL and then click on insert. Now you see there are $sign uh, at both the places, pre and post of this value. Now this is the way we have to pass a variable which contains a default value. Now let me click on the save button. Either you click on the save button, if you run it, it will automatically save this workflow or this task. When I click on the run, let's see if it is opening a browser or not. Now it is opening a browser here also. So far, what we have done in automation anywhere here, we drag drop the activity here. Okay, we have selected a browser here. We have passed a variable which is created in the variable panel here. Okay, it is already opened here. So this variable acme URL I have created and passed it here. Okay, now in the studio, you see this is still a hard-coded value. Let me do the same thing. Click on the variable ACME URL. Okay, and the type is string. Similar way, there is also type is string, right? And the default value, it is asking for default value. So here I am going to cut and paste here. So remember, there I am not using a double quotes in the string, but here we have to use a double quotes. So that is one difference. ACME URL. Let me run it and check the result. So it is running here also, right? Here the window is not maximized. Anyways, that we can do it. That's not an issue. We can put a maximize option here, because in automation anyway it is coming as maximize always, but here we can put a maximize window also, so that whenever the bot open it, it should maximize the window. Well, let me open it, run it again. Now this time the window is maximized. So in both the places we have successfully saw how we can open the particular URL in automation anywhere and studio. Now we will see step by step everything, but we'll see it in the next video, because anyways it will be a long video if I'm going to cover everything here. So we'll see the next part where we're going to enter a username and the password, or email and the password, and then log in into the Acme site. Thanks for watching my video. Have a great day.